Good morning, Boker Tov. How are you? It's Tuesday. You know what that means. It's Torah Tuesday. Yay! It's wet. It's icky. It's kind of cold outside. Oh well. A couple days after summer started. What can I tell you? Kind of weird, but that's okay. How is everybody? I hope you're okay. You know, this week is Korach. It's a really neat parsha. We're getting into some really good ones here. Have you noticed that lately? Yeah, I'm telling a lot of stories. That's how you know I really like them. Is when I put stories to them. And actually, let's keep this trend going. Okay. Korach was a very successful man. He went to all the parties, knew all the right people, and was educated at the best university. He was a man of respect amongst his peers and was on many board of directors, including the Levy board. The stockholder meeting was taking place this very day, and Korach and the other board members all filled into the hall for the meeting. As the leader of the company got up to give his address, Korach raised his hand and asked to be heard. Surprised, but always a gentleman, the leader told Korach to make his presentation. Korach got up and spoke directly to the members of the audience. He loudly denounced the leader's abilities to lead and even went as far as to question his moral authority. All that was heard throughout the hall was a loud gasp from the audience. The leader just looked at Korach with hurt in his eyes, and all he could summon to say was, "Why are you doing this?" "We," the leader gasped, with the 250 stockholders also stood up and stood with Korach. In unison, they all said, "Yes, we agree." This was a total shock to the assembly, and especially to the leader who had spent many hours with Korach, working, studying, and playing. Finally, the leader found the strength to say, "When did y'all make this decision?" It's been brewing for a while," said Korach. Nobody said anything. Korach and the leader just stood there staring at each other. Finally, the leader issued a challenge. "Let's ask the company founder her opinion on this. If she agrees with you, I leave. If she agrees with me, you're all gone." Korach and his backers smiled and said, "Okay, bring it on." The company founder was sitting in her seat listening to the entire exchange, absolutely horrified by what she was hearing. She wanted to purge them all from her sight, just get rid of them all. She stood up and looked at Korach and his followers and just pointed towards the door. She was so angry that she couldn't even speak. All she could muster was pointing. Korach started to speak, and she just held up her hand and pointed towards the door. All the audience heard was a swoosh, and all 250 of them were gone, as if they were never there. Gone. The founder turned to the audience and glared over the room. Their leader ran to her side and asked what she was about to do. She wanted to be rid of all these fools. All the thousands assembled could go as far as she was concerned. How could 250 gossip and plan such a revolt without the rest of the audience knowing? The leader begged her to reconsider her position. "Don't blame everyone for their actions," he begged. Still furious, she gave in to the leader's request, but warned everyone in attendance that her patience was sorely being tested. The leader took back control of the meeting. No one wanted to speak about or acknowledge what just had happened, and no one definitely wanted to challenge the leader anymore. So just what happened? What happened in this story? In modern times, we call it a hostile takeover, a revolt, a challenge to the leadership. How could the Korach gather his supporters without anyone knowing? How could such a well-planned revolt happen without Moses knowing something was afoot? This could be the most puzzling issue with Parsha Korach. Korach is a Levi, just like Moses. He is in Moses' inner circle and very well connected and respected. So, was Moses just being blind? Or was the conspiracy that well conceived? How could Korach be so sneaky and so underhanded? Interesting questions. Actually, I think this is very apropos, if you think about it, for our present political times. Forget who's in charge or all that crap. I don't want to start naming all that crap. No. Where I'm going with this is people are writing books, and then they're calling names, and they're calling names back, and then the leadership says, "Oh, I never." Sound familiar? Okay. How can such utter disorganization happen in such an important organization? Okay. How could we put up with? How can anything get done? Okay. If the folks on top have no idea what they're doing. They don't seem to listen, they don't seem to hear, they don't seem to see. Interesting that this Parsha, about 3,500 years ago, just saying, how come this stuff comes up again? That's that big circle again. What goes around, what comes around, goes around, comes around. Yeah, about that. All right, I'm starting to preach at you. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Send me cool. Hey. Send me a hello, send me a PM, a text, whatever. Okay? Otherwise, I will see you next Tuesday. And why will I see you next Tuesday? Because it's Torah Tuesday. Have a good week. Peace out.